Buckle up, football fans. This could be the turning point of the season. The Atlanta Falcons shocked the world by defeating the powerful Buffalo Bills in an electrifying Monday Night Football matchup at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, marking their first consecutive victories since 2025 kicked off. But is this a sign of Atlanta's resurgence? Or are they just getting lucky against a strong opponent? Let's dive deep into the game breakdown and uncover what really made this win happen. In Atlanta, Georgia, the Falcons emerged victorious against the Bills in this high-profile primetime clash. The final scoreboard read 24-14, a result that boosted the Falcons' season record to a solid 3-2. This triumph demonstrated their ability to compete and succeed against one of the NFL's elite squads, led by the reigning MVP quarterback, Josh Allen. Imagine the morale boost for a team that's now heading into another challenging road game against the 4-2 San Francisco 49ers on Sunday. Confidence like that could be a game changer, but we'll see if they can keep the momentum rolling. For a closer look at the young talents shining for Atlanta, check out this piece on Falcons rookies making waves early in the season. https://www.atlantafalcons.com/nerdybirdsfalcons. Rookies making an early impact. Dive into why the Falcons boast the league's top defense and what coordinator Jeff Ulbrich expects. https://www.atlantafalcons.com/nerdybirdsfalcons making an early impact /www.atlantafalcons.com/nerdybirds Notre Dame Marcus Freeman. The big lesson from this game? Atlanta's defense was rock solid, holding Buffalo to just 291 yards of total offense, the lowest allowed by any NFL team so far this year. To put that in perspective for beginners, this means the Falcons prevented the Bills from gaining more ground than any other opponent has managed against them this season. Buffalo had racked up at least 356 yards in every prior game, so holding them under 300 was a monumental achievement. And this is the part most people miss. Atlanta forced the Bills into 4 3-and-outs, a sequence where the offense gains no yards on 3 plays and has to punt. That's a defensive dominant stat the Bills hadn't seen more than twice in any game before. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the Falcons' defense truly the best in the NFL, or are teams like Buffalo overrated? Some fans argue that holding a high-powered offense to 291 yards is proof of Atlanta's edge, while others say it's just a matter of execution in one game. What do you think? Does this solidify the Falcons as a playoff contender, or is it too early to call? One player who stole the spotlight was cornerback Dee Alford, stepping in for the injured Billy Bowman Jr. in the nickel position, a defensive setup with an extra defensive back. Alford delivered a standout performance. In the second quarter, he intercepted Josh Allen on a 1st-and-10 play deep in Bills territory, effectively ending Buffalo's drive before halftime. Alford also recorded a sack on Allen later in the quarter, during a 3rd-and-8 situation in Atlanta's end, leading to a Bills punt. For context, a sack is when the defensive player tackles the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage, stopping the play and forcing a change in strategy. Alford had previously filled in for starting cornerback A.J. Terrell Jr., who was sidelined by a hamstring issue in the Falcons' last 2 outings. Terrell returned for Week 6. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich praised Alford pre-game, noting, "I thought Dee Alford did an amazing job. He's done a great job for us, and he'll continue to have a big part of this defense. Keep this number in mind, 238. That's the total scrimmage yards, combining rushing and receiving, amassed by Falcons running back Bijan Robinson, the second highest by any player this season, falling just 1 yard short of Carolina Panthers star Rico Dowdle's Week 6 output against the Cowboys. Now, let's celebrate some career milestones that lit up the field. Wide receiver Drake London hauled in 5 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown in the opening quarter alone, setting personal bests for receptions and yards in a first quarter. Plus, he's notched at least 1 TD in 6 of his 8 career primetime games, a testament to his clutch play under the bright lights. Running back Bijan Robinson racked up 138 rushing yards in just the first half, his first ever game topping 100 rushing yards in a single half. This also means he's hit 100-plus scrimmage yards in every game this season, matching the Falcons' record set by William Andrews back in 1983 for the longest such streak to start a year in team history. This marks the first time in Falcons history that one player achieved 100 rushing yards and a touchdown in a half, Robinson, while another hit 100 receiving yards and a touchdown, London. It even escalated to the first game ever where the team had a player with 150-plus rushing yards and another with 150-plus receiving yards. Again, Robinson and London, respectively. On the injury front, things took a hit when left tackle Jake Matthews twisted his ankle late in the second quarter, sidelining him for the rest of the game right before the third started. This ended Matthews' remarkable 183 consecutive starts, the longest current streak in the NFL. In his place, Michael Jarrell, traded from the Seattle Seahawks in August. At www.atlantafalcons.com/news/report/Seahawks offensive tackle, stepped up effectively on the offensive line. The game's defining moment came early in the second quarter when Bijan Robinson unleashed the longest run of his career, an 81-yard touchdown that stretched Atlanta's slim lead and showcased his explosiveness. He deftly dodged Bills safety Cole Bishop along the sideline while staying in bounds for the score. As a third-year player aiming to boost his big play game in 2025, this was a breakthrough. Robinson's 81-yarder is the longest run by any NFL player this season so far. It represents the third 80-yard-plus rushing touchdown in Falcons franchise history, highlighting how rare and impactful these plays can be. Here's a quick roundup of gut reactions from the Falcons editorial team. Tori McElhaney, Will McFadden, and Taryn Walk in 280 characters or less. McElhaney: what Bijan Robinson has done is nothing short of a work of art. McFadden: that was both the most exhilarating and stress-inducing game I've experienced in a while. Walk: D'Angelo Malone: setting the stage for future matchups, the Falcons played without their second and third wide receivers. Darnell Mooney was ruled out per Saturday's injury report. https://www.Atlanta Falcons injury report Darnell Mooney -AJ Terrell Monday Night Football. And Ray McLeod III was inactive as a healthy scratch before kickoff. https://www.Atlanta Falcons injury report Darnell Mooney -AJ Terrell Monday Night Football. Atlanta promoted cornerback Keith Taylor and wide receiver Devin Tompkins from the practice squad for the game. https://atlantafalcons.com/Falcons practice squad elevations Week 6 Monday Night Football Buffalo Bills. Their first standard elevations in the last 2 weeks. Entering Week 6 as the NFL's top-ranked defense, coordinator Jeff Ulbrich still pushes for improvement. https://atlantafalcons.com/news/Falcons NFL top defense Jeff Ulbrich better. Only 2 out of 14 NFL experts polled each week picked the Falcons to win against Buffalo. https:/atlantafalcons.com/news/NFL picks Week 6 Buffalo Bills. Safety Xavier Watts earned NFL Defensive Rookie of the Month for his September performances, and his Notre Dame family isn't surprised. https:/atlantafalcons.com/news/Xavier Watts Notre Dame Marcus Freeman. For a comprehensive recap of pre-game news, head here. https://www.atlantafalcons.com/news Falcons News. Looking ahead, the Falcons face a speedy turnaround for Week 7, traveling to Levi's Stadium to take on the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday. Kickoff is set for 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC. What are your thoughts on this upset? Do you believe the Falcons' rookies like Robinson and Watts are overperforming? Or is this sustainable success? And could Robinson's monster run be the spark that propels Atlanta to a deep playoff run? Share your opinions in the comments. Let's debate whether this win was a fluke or the dawn of a dynasty. 172, 272. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 372. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 472. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 572. Taylor McLaughlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 672. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 772. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 872. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 972. 72. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1072. Casey Sykes, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1172. Taylor McLaughlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1272. Kevin Lyles, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1372. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1472. Taylor McLaughlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1572. Taylor McLaughlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1672. Jay Bendlin, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1772. Casey Sykes, a copyright 2025 Atlanta Falcons. 1872.